People don't just vanish. They don't just disappear off the face of the earth.
Tell me about any other friends that you could think of that maybe she could have been hanging out with that day.
None of her friends were with her that day. I've talked to every single one of her friends. Her friends call me on every holiday and on my birthday and on her birthday, and her friends have never left. Like, every single one of them is looking for her.
Just because I kept telling him, send me a video, let me talk to her.
That made me so angry. This whole situation, I felt like we were re-violated.
Is it like Liz to just disappear?
No.
Okay. She does not miss her kids' visit for anything. She has not missed one visit ever.
We've talked to several people who knew Amber and Elizabeth, and all of them have said they have not seen Elizabeth since that day she left with Miguel.
He just said that he dropped her off at the welfare office.
Where does the boyfriend live?
I don't know.
The university area, that's all I know.
Have an
Because
address?
he's a
We
college
don't know.
student. Yeah.
Did he want the baby?
She just said that he didn't want the baby and that he wasn't going to be around.
What happened between Amber's apartment and the Human Services Department, we have no clue.
So we do have Miguel's interview with police.
He said, you seen well, this was probably a homicide. I don't know what happened. But
You know, which should lead us to the theories.
Do you think she would have left behind her kids and you and your mom and your dad?
No, definitely not.
We have a 4-month pregnant woman who was actively getting assistance with the pregnancy.
Tell me about her 2 children, your nephew and niece. What do you tell them about their mom?
Her kids have not been around for a long time.
Are they treating her CYFD case as if she's just missed appointments?
Yeah, and they said that she abandoned them.
Do you think Liz is alive?
No.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Case. I'm Crystal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Louis.
Tonight we continue the investigation into the disappearance of Elizabeth Brooks Hernandez. She went missing in November of 2017.
That's correct. The pregnant mother from Albuquerque, New Mexico, she left her sister's residence to go spend the night with her on and off again boyfriend.
That's right. Now, he's also the man that Elizabeth had claimed was the father of her unborn child. He's claimed that he's not the father.
But during a police interview, we heard some statements that contradict those beliefs.
Tonight, you're going to be hearing that for yourself in his police interview.
In the silence, deep resounding violence of 2 hearts beating.
There's just a huge gap missing in their life.
It's a huge hole. It's, you know, she was part of the family. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister, she's an auntie, okay? We just need the information so we can bring closure and help the family. That vital question that they keep asking, where is Elizabeth? What we're gonna do is we're gonna put some microphones on you.
My name's Curtis Brooks, and I'm the father. We did get a few people saying, oh, I saw Liz down at off the freeway on I-25, and I think it was at San Mateo. Then we had another one saying, oh, well, I seen her on the bus, and da-da-da. So we was getting all these, you know, people saying that, you know, hey, we seen Liz, but we never seen her. I even drove down to I-25 in San Mateo, I-40 in San Mateo, and I didn't see her nowhere.
Who were these people?
It was just different people that, I just come across. Most of them were in jail where I worked. They had just been arrested or whatever, and somehow they knew me, but I already knew most of them. And so I went down there and looked at it, but I didn't see them. And this is a little hard, but this guy called me and told me that he had Liz, and he was just I was just such slave. So I sent this picture to Jennifer because I kept telling him, send me a video, let me talk to her. You know what I mean? And he would say, no, I can't do that. He wanted like $5,000 or something and told me to put it in Bitcoin.
They literally used her picture, her ID picture, and they put like these really
Different
terrible
clothes.
And bruises
scars.
and stuff on her face.
How long after Liz went missing did you get these texts?
It was at Christmas time.
It was at least a year because it was
It
Christmas
was either
time.
a year or two. It might have been 2.
And then everybody was like all upset because all this happened right before Christmas, and I was like, what horrible people to use somebody missing, over Christmas too.
Right.
Just to try to get money from people. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, through social media. And I asked the investigator about it. I said, can we press charges on this guy? Because he is soliciting information from a minor. And that made me so angry. This whole situation, I felt like we were re-violated, and then to talk to my daughter, who was a minor at the time, I was so angry.
What do you think happened to Liz?
I honestly think that Miguel knows the answer to that question.
On your way to school or you're on spring break?
Oh, it's break time. Honestly,
And that's exactly what all of this investigation is about. It's just to find Elizabeth.
What do you think happened to Liz?
I honestly think that Miguel knows the answer to that question.
We know that he and Elizabeth had a relationship. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that he is suspected to have fathered her unborn child.
Right. According to Amber and Elizabeth.
Yes. We also know that he picked her up from Amber's residence.
And he doesn't dispute that.
No.
He says that he picked her up. The day after he picked her up, he claims he dropped her off at the Human Services Department.
But that's it. And
That's when she vanishes.
if I go into this house and something appears to be a little suspicious, then I'll write it or document it. But
He is the last person that dropped her off. He's the only person interviewed by police on this case. So if police were looking at anybody else, they have not interviewed anybody else in this case. So we do have Miguel's interview with police.
stay missing? Well, this was probably a homicide. I don't know what happened. But I can't imagine she'd be coming this long. So, unless she's somewhere to have a baby, but she should be almost due by next month or something, shouldn't she? She was pregnant? Yeah. If she was. I mean, everybody said she was. This Detective Torrance with Albuquerque Police Department. It is the 13th of March, 2018, 0907 hours. And with Miguel Martinez, reference the missing persons report of Elizabeth Hernandez. Basically, what I found out was that you were the last person who got out and finally saw. Right? Yeah. Good. Okay.
We didn't really communicate a whole lot. I actually had deleted her from Facebook.
Okay. So, alright, so you run into her on the street in February, and then you delete her from Facebook. What was that about?
Just, I always kind of clean out my contacts.
Okay.
Really.
Was it anything weird between you guys? Or?
No. It was kind of like, oh hey, let's meet up. But nothing else came of it, so she wasn't someone that I'm like really invested in her, so I just kind of deleted her. I don't keep a lot of Facebook contacts.
Okay, so when did you meet her up again?
It would have been that summer.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like maximize my friends list or anything.
Yeah.
I don't even log on to Facebook at all. So we reconnected, and this time actually started hanging out.
June?
No, end of July.
Alright, so you guys hook up, and then what happens?
Yeah.
How's the relationship?
Probably would have hooked up in like August.
Okay. End of July, early August?
Yeah, like
Did she ever
early
stay over
early
at your house?
August. No, maybe a few times. I'll go pick her up and then I'll drop her off.
Yep.
Because I have work early or I have things to do.
So, when did the whole pregnancy?
She told me about that.
Were you still seeing each other?
Kind of. Like, school went full blown and I couldn't, with my work schedule and stuff, I was opening the next day or whatever. And I can't go.
Was it like something you believed right away, or was she seeing other
No, I
guys, or?
didn't. I didn't believe it. She had told me that she was seeing other guys.
Okay.
And I was like, whatever. I mean, I can't have a girlfriend right now. I'm not expecting you to
Like a full-time girlfriend.
Yeah.
So she tells you in September. What happens?
I was just like, well, this is kind of crazy, I looked at your options and she said, no, I don't want to get engaged. So let's write this out and then you can get tested. That is, and she was very adamant that it was me.
She just said that he didn't want the baby and that he wasn't going to be around.
So, I mean, there's some doubt in your mind that you're the father.
It could have been, I don't know. It was right at that time, so I just took responsibility and
What was your
I'm
responsibility?
gonna wait things out.
I think you're gonna wait things out. Are you giving her money? Do you know where she was living during this time?
No, San Mateo, I guess.
So basically, hold and wait is what you're at. wait till the baby's born and get it tested?
Yeah. It would have been pretty expensive to do.
Sure.
She said, we'll wait it out. And I talked to my mom to have her kind of move in, and we never got to do that. That would have been.
Mom agree with that?
Yeah. She just,
Is your dad still alive?
Yeah, yes. My mom was just like, let her know that it's gonna be hard.
She was like, well, I'm gonna go with Miguel. And I said, well, that's kind of weird, because you guys haven't been talking. And she's like, no, I think he's gonna give me stuff for the baby.
So, what's your conversation? You pick her up late, so you guys stay up till late? Or?
She was kind of asleep, not to sleep. She was doing stuff. She talked a lot, just about stuff. And I was trying to work, yeah.
Did you ever take her phone and look at the conversation she was having that night?
No.
No? Did she seem upset or anything with anybody else?
No. She just really wanted to go to human services.
Okay. So she's asleep, basically. You stay up till 3. What time do you guys get up? Really? What? How much sleep?
She wanted to get okay. Good.
So you drive from Broadway. What route do you take?
I shot straight up bridge. She wanted to go to the services and bridge. So yeah, coming up the bridge, I tried to turn around, and I didn't even get to make it inside. She was just like, "Who's good?"
Yeah, I just jumped out. Was she mad at you?
She just seemed like in a hurry.
She seemed like in a hurry. Where do you go? You go from there. You drop her off. You go back home to sleep.
Well, I had to pick up my dog because I didn't get to walk him in the morning. I had to get my music and my flash drive, my hard drive, and all my stuff because I had to go to sleep.
And where do you take your dog someplace?
I took him to my dad's.
Did you hear back from her? Are you supposed to pick her back up there?
Mm-hmm. That was the plan.
So that's the arrangement.
That was the plan. I was going to pick her up again and have to pass this.
Oh, so okay. So you drive home, pick up your stuff,
and then
drive
stop
right
by,
back.
yeah. And then, before going.
So between 8 and 9, so you get there about 9, or a little bit after, about 9. Okay. Nothing. She's not there.
Well, I went in and didn't see her. I was seeing that she was taking that fire somewhere.
Did he ever say that she was supposed to go home? Did he ever tell you where she was supposed to go after he dropped her off?
He just said that he dropped her off at the welfare office, which is very close, I know, to his parents' house.
And all of them have said they have not seen Elizabeth since that day she left with Miguel.
Which should lead us to the theories of what happened to her. Let's start with the first theory. Was the allegation that she was using drugs.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Gilbert Reyes. I met Liz I believe 6 months before she went missing. We were friends. We would date too. I mean, it was I don't know, new relationships nowadays, it wasn't, we'd go out to dinner a lot and stuff, but it wasn't like we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Because at the time she was seeing that guy when I first met her. But they were in a rocky, always on and off, kind of fighting all the time. there was plans on her moving in with me and my mother, because she was going to be my daytime caregiver, and then I was going to take care of the nighttime so I could go to work in the day.
Okay.
So I was in the process of getting a house in the west side in November when all this happened. Her 2 older children were in foster care at the time, so they got taken away. So we know that she was in the works, and I had taken her to a few appointments where they would give her drug tests, they would, psychological tests and all, how the CYFD works here. But so she was going through all this, so.
It was obvious that she was taking care of herself and the pregnancy because she was making appointments at the Human Services Department.
So let's go to the second theory.
Okay.
The second theory is that she possibly just ran away.
How excited was she when she found out she was pregnant with her 3rd baby?
I think she had mixed emotions. I think that she was kind of in a hard place, and she kind of felt like the baby was gonna help her. I mean, not that she went and had the baby on purpose or anything like that, just it happened, and she was like, well, this is like my wake-up call. I need to get my act together because I'm gonna have a 3rd child. So I felt like it was inspiration for her.
This was going to be something good for her.
Yeah.
Did you guys know if it was a girl or a boy?
We didn't know. She suspected, she kept saying, I think it's a girl. And she was correct with all her, the first one. She said, oh, I know it's a girl, and it was a girl. And she's like, oh, I know it's a boy, and it was a boy. So if she was right on the other 2, then it was probably a girl. But
did she have any names picked out yet?
Irie. To actually have this t-shirt that says Grandma's Peeps on it, and I had her name put on.
We know it wasn't like she's just gonna one day get up and I'm gonna take off. I'm 5 months pregnant, I think I'm gonna start smoking meth and run away. No.
She's going through the whole process of trying to get them back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's unusual that she's not on
well,
Facebook.
Okay, so she got, the state has her kids, okay? We were supposed to go see them on Friday. Like, we just got it to where me and my son were on the list, and we were all supposed to go see them on Friday.
You and your sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does not miss her kids' visit for anything. She has not missed one visit ever.
We do know that she did not have a vehicle. No means for transportation.
Right.
Her vehicle that day was Miguel.
Yes.
She did not have financial means to just disappear. She also, as we've mentioned, is pregnant.
Yes.
At some point, she will need to seek medical care when she has the baby.
That's right.
Is it like Liz to just disappear?
No. She always needed something, too. I mean, even though she was so giving and she'd give everything, she also needed a lot of stuff, too. So it seemed like she was always calling her dad or me or Amber. Oh, I need a ride, or I need some money for something, or I saw these really cool shoes. Can you get me these for Christmas?
I kind of felt bad because I'd been paying her phone bill for quite a while. And since she was a grown-up, I told her, you're going to need to find a way to pay your phone bill. And then she wanted me to pay it again. And I told her, no, Liz, you need to find a way to get that paid. Now, if I would have went ahead and paid it, she might have been able to call me and say, Dad, I need help or something. But she didn't, so.
So you've been carrying that with you this whole time?
Yeah. So that's why now if I can't get a hold of a kid because their phone's dead or whatever, and I found out they can't pay it, but I'll just pay it because I'd rather pay it than use another kid.
Yeah. And you did what many dads have done, is helping their children become adults and pay for their own stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
The last theory comes back to the last person who claimed to have seen her.
Do you think it's possible that all Elizabeth took off from her whole life to have this kid?
You know, it would be very difficult to know that you've had contact with your sister every single day. And for 8 years, nothing.
I just had a horrible feeling. I started contacting all her friends. I contacted him, and he was like, yeah, well, you know, I dropped her off. And I'm like, well, where did you drop her off? You know, what time did you drop her off?
The last theory that is on our board comes back to the last person who claimed to have seen her.
I didn't even get to make it inside. She was just like,
Your other just jumped out. Was she mad at you?
She just seemed like in a hurry.
She seemed like in a hurry. Nothing happened when you guys were together.
No.
You didn't hurt her. She didn't actually overdose or anything like that.
No, there's no drugs in
There's no drugs in your house. Nothing. You didn't kill her.
No.
You're not stashing her anywhere.
No.
So she haven't been not holding her hostage in a dungeon.
No.
Okay. All right. Do you think it's possible that all Elizabeth took off from her whole life to have this kid?
I think it is.
You do?
I do.
Is that something that
Apparently
you guys
she
talk about?
leaves frequently. And goes MIA on her own.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past her.
What did you think about him saying that she seems like she would be the one that would just leave?
He's like, oh yeah, she just does that. She just goes missing. And I'm like,
Does that sound like
well,
your sister?
you said you didn't really know her that well. You guys didn't hang out a lot. Like, how do you know she always goes missing?
Does it sound like your sister?
No, definitely not. Yeah. I think he said a lot of stuff that contradicted his own self.
Also, there was a lot of contradictory statements about the baby.
Unless she's somewhere to have a baby, but she should be almost due by next month or something, shouldn't she?
She was pregnant?
Yeah. If she was. I mean, everybody said she was. So she tells you in September.
I was just like, well, this is kind of crazy, you know, like I looked at your options and she said, no, I don't want to get an abortion. So let's write this out and then you can get tested. That is, and she was very adamant that it was me. And I talked to my mom to have her kind of move in, and we never got to do that.
According to him, that his mother was willing to help out this young lady that possibly was carrying your grandchild. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stops. It just stops.
Eventually, he stopped talking to us, and we were asking him, oh, are you going to come help us look for her? Are you going to help pass out posters? And he would be like, yeah, I'm going to come. And then he wouldn't show up.
Do you remember what she was wearing? Did she have clothes at your house, or she was just wearing what she wanted?
No, she didn't have anything at my house. She had on the black not like tights, but like pants.
Okay.
She has pants with like little gold buttons. She had,
Like the rocker style?
no, like Mickey Mouse buttons.
Okay. That go down?
Yeah,
And
big,
right
like
front?
three, yeah, like that.
Okay.
And she had her black coat on the outside. She had a red tank top. Like a red strap shirt. A couple of white shirt and then a red strap shirt.
Oh, underneath the white shoe.
She goes missing on November 20th.
Yes.
We know she's about 4 months pregnant.
Yes.
When he had that interview, she would be close to giving birth to that child. During the interview, he made no mention of, I'm actually really concerned. Did she have the baby? Did she not have the baby? Is she okay? I can't even imagine, what has not only gone into the minds of her mom and her sister, but also her children who didn't get the final answer of where is my mom?
Right.
Did my mom leave me? Did somebody do something to my mom? What happened to her?
If we can get our viewers to feed us some information on Elizabeth Hernandez's case.
And that might be what it comes down to. It might be that lone voice that has been holding on to the secret for a long time.
Just one.
And they give us the information we need. The family is just trying to find Elizabeth.
How hard has this been for you?
The holidays are the hardest, especially like November comes and then that's just it. Like everybody knows, like it's gonna get harder from there through Christmas,
What do you wish you would have told her that day?
I wish I would have tied her up and kept her with me, and you're not leaving, I wish I would have tried harder really to keep her from leaving.
It tugs at my heart every time we talk about this case to know that she was really trying to make her life right. Her sister reflects back on the last time she saw her and how she was so hungry. She was 4 months pregnant, and she bought her that Subway sandwich because she was pregnant, because she knew that she was growing this other life inside her.
Right.
And that was going to be her new niece.
We've talked about her children. What do you tell them about their mom?
Her kids have not been around for a long time.
We were supposed to have a visit when the pandemic happened, and they ended up.
That's when they cut everything off.
Yeah, they said, well, we're going to have to cancel that visit. They said we have to postpone this, and that most likely what's going to happen is the kids are going to come to the office and sit in front of a computer, and then you're going to join on Zoom or whatever. And nobody ever called us, and we kept trying to call, and nobody would call us back, and we just got the runaround, and we didn't get to talk to them again.
So, let me get this right. Are they treating her CYFD case as if she's just missed appointments?
Yeah. And they said that she abandoned them.
Yeah.
And we were like, she's missing. We don't know where she is. She didn't abandon them. And they're like, no, she, to us, she just abandoned them.
She would never do that.
They were under the impression that we were like hiding Liz and all this. They didn't want us to like be alone with them, I guess, because they were afraid we were going to take them and give them to Liz, and Liz was going to take off with them. But that's not true. We don't know where she is.
And did they give you guys specific reasons why you guys did not qualify to foster?
It's because she didn't have, they were like, oh, you can't put them in the same room. Hers was because they had to have 2 separate rooms. And she only had 3 bedrooms in her house, and her and my sister lived there. The room is still there with a bunk bed in it and like everything. She totally set up the room for the kids.
Does that feel like your heart was just ripped out again?
Yes.
Completely. Her kids completely ripped my heart out.
Do you guys want the kids back?
Yes. I don't even care what I would have to do or how hard my life would be. I would get them back in a heartbeat.
I don't want to disrupt their lives. They've already gotten settled with these people. I would just like to have a relationship. I would hope that if the adoptive parents of them happen to see this, that they would reach out to us. We would love to just go and spend some time with them, and they can be there and everything.